This is Jared with Simply Homes. Something to be aware of in today's marketplace is the rent-to-own or land contract home. Owning a home is of huge importance, and we understand that many people want home ownership. However, there are things to be aware of in a rent-to-own or a land contract. The first is the difference between a rent-to-own agreement, a rental agreement, and a land contract. In a typical rental agreement, it's a lease lasting a year or longer in which you simply lease the home for a monthly fee. In a rent-to-own agreement, it's simply a lease with generally an option to purchase the same home. There are no guarantees, and your name is generally not filed on title and protected. A land contract, however, is a firm filed document with the county of record for the property that protects you and the seller in the transaction. I would caution you in entering into a rent-to-own agreement simply because there are many pitfalls that can rear their head if you're not dealing with a reputable business. Another question to ask yourself when entering into a rent-to-own agreement is, what is an option fee for, or a down payment? Well, in a traditional rent-to-own, it's simply a lease that's giving you the option to buy a property. In today's market, it's not a regular occurrence that prices are zooming upwards. Therefore, there may not be a need to lock in a price. It may simply be a tactic by the landlord offering the property to get you to pay a down payment. The money you pay as an option fee or a down payment may not be recoverable if you move out of the property and choose not to buy. Another issue to be concerned about with a rent-to-own is, does part of your monthly rent go toward the purchase price? This is a common situation in which a landlord will have you pay rent and have a portion of that rent go toward the purchase price. We don't feel that's a very responsible thing of a landlord or a resident to do, simply because you never know what the plans will bring in the future. You never know if that landlord will be around, and you never know really where your money's going. Secondly, are you paying market rent? Or is the landlord simply overcharging you for the rent in return for giving a piece of it back to you? We would rather see people enter into an option of purchase in which the property owner agrees to pay a percentage of closing costs when they do close. This way, there's no money lost. The last concern in a rent-to-own agreement is repairs and maintenance. Many times in a rent-to-own agreement, repairs and maintenance are the responsibility of the resident or tenant. Be very careful when entering into a rent-to-own agreement to be sure that these issues are handled by the landlord. Simply Homes, a home for your needs now.